Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything set up as well. My game appears to be crashing. There it goes. That's where is going, which is going. Rumble appears to be going. Looks like everything's going good. Let me double check my other computer. Looks like everything's going good, so let's go and get started. Don't have a massive number of replays, but we'll start from the top. That is way too sensitive. Much better. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Blue Dutch with Code Fender. Spawn on the left side as the Red Japanese. We have a foreign name. Do we see a deck selected by either player? Nope, we do not see a deck selected by either player. When it comes to natives and map, we do have the Jesuit Missionaries. We do have the consulate now going on up, being built by a villager. And he is collecting up the berry bushes from the cherry orchards. Not big surprise. Dutch just collecting up food, eyeing for whatever coin he has for the villagers or merchants. Howdy. And blue maybe eyeing for some eggplants. Red may spot him grabbing the eggplants. Envoys moving around, and we got the other explorer making his way down south as well. I never know, what's it called? Name for the Japanese explorers. Is it called like monks? I really don't know the exact name for them. Their names are foreign, so I can't read that. Are they the same name? Nope, they're definitely different symbols. At least the first symbol, the second symbol is still the same. And we've got Cornelius Hudson, who does snipe one of the kitty cats. Shrine going on up. Trying to claim the deer for a bit of food generation. Most of the time they get the shrines for the passive food generation. And does bring us from the villagers. We do have a deck available. Of course, it isn't foreign. We've got villagers, heavenly kami, villagers, wood coin, Yumi archers, Yumi archer attack, Ashigaru musketeers. The panther is not disturbed at the moment. Ashigaru musketeer attack, diplomatic country, daimyo, chariot ultra rickshaws, villagers, wood, Yumi archers, way of the bow, more musketeers, close combat, Naginata riders, rush, flaming arrows, fire ninja assassins, more flaming arrows, shogun, and 47 ronin. All your villagers and shrines turn to massless samurai guardians, and yeah, it actually just does transform buildings into units. For the Dutch, we do have the Dutch East India Company being deployed on out, making its base cheaper and a bit more durable. And looks like the red player does claim the treasure there. Villagers, food, wood, advanced arsenal, religious freedom, food, wood, Nasu regiment, infantry combat, routier, cavalry combat, higher British arquebusists, halberdiers, skirmishers, routier, heavy cannon, field speculation, factory, higher French fusiliers, higher Witten allies, and the Bandalanda Hitman, since some Antkin nobles. Allows you to train them from your native embassies, plus 3 native embassy Travis. So you get 3 native embassy Travises, a handful of the musketeers with AoE effect, and can build more and set them champion. Quite a bit there. He is aging up with Quartermaster. His opponent is aging up with the Tory Gates. which does give him, of course, 1 samurai and 1 military rickshaw upon completion, as well can better build and kill bounties. Sorry about that, still recovering from a bug. Bank going on up. The Dutch looks like eyeing for a bit of a bank boom, which means samurai could be pretty decent for torching. Though the banks will have additional health, additional 75% health, so they have 6,000 health, which is more than... Actually, no, it's slightly less than a town center. Brian going up here to claim more of the local fauna. And looks like Blue will be killing off another kitty cat to steal off his eggplant instead. Ready to claim 1 eggplant, now he will get the other. More shrines going on up. Here's have 3 shrines on the field, going for another round of villagers. Another bank being pulled on the field with the Dutch East India Company, trading company. He can have envoys construct the banks themselves. Yeah. Don't know if they construct slower or regular speed. Hello? But at least it frees up of your villagers hooked up other resources. This kitty cat will go down as well, and you'll steal his Dolder Cedar. Shrine are up here to claim the local fauna. Looks like there's 10 deer in total. Shipment of wood. And there is diplomatic intrigue. He has not selected an ally just yet, or he ended relations with the previous ally. Could have been the case. It's hard to say. This is quite a bit of export being brought on in. And I would assume 6 minutes. Could have possibly got relations ended, but then basically would have gotten nothing. So maybe he has not gotten relations just yet. By the way, you can now bring selected relations and get the 400 export shipment or import. Same difference. He's going for the Dutch. Going for the Dutch allies deal for the Dutch. Sounds about right. Church has gone on up. He has not researched religious freedom just yet. Right now, he does have decent amount of coin income with no villagers on coin. Going for the large amounts of wood. Has built out another cherry orchard rickshaw. 28 maximum gatherers. That's a bit of a weird number. Most of the time that stuff is constrained to 20. And there's a bank wagon. Ship the bank. Going for the civil servants. Ending relations with the Dutch. Who wants to be allies with the Dutch? Bring another round of villagers. Soon he'll have 32. 34 villagers. Another round of villagers here for the Dutch, who's currently just has the 15. And it has 22 population on the field, so there must be quite a bit extra. Oh wait, no, that was a shipment, so never mind. I saw the high population number, but only a small number of villagers there. That was just because the shipment consumed some population without the villagers being on the field just yet. Let's just be killing off a whole bunch of these lemurs, or whatever monkeys they are, and steal their ginkgo leaves. Going from the hunting dogs now. And he's pretty close to aging up. We do now have a golden pavilion now being built. A golden pavilion upon completion will give him 6 Yumi archers and give him configurable bonuses. The samurai is now stabbing the explorer. Let me just go open up a nearby drink. This this damn bug. I'm still recovering from it. This cough just simply does not want to go away. We do have now a pair of Naginata riders being employed on field. The Japanese version of Heavy Cav. The Dutch is aging up with the Exile Prince. He could go for the Jesuits rather than getting root here, get some conquistadors to help engage Naginata riders. The Dutch also has quite a bit of coin stored on up and a bit of food to work with. Does he have the church improvements? He does have the church improvements. So maybe I have something involved in church improvements. Let's see, the Dutch gets Red Lancers, which is a Stratet mercenary cavalry, right?
Claire.
Always forget all the church improvements. But he could be eyeing that. He's going for large amount of coin. The church improvement must take coin then.
Commando.
The villager does get stabbed to death, and the explorer goes down as well. He invested... I saw him invest quite a bit of coin into something. He must have bought a lot of food with it. He may be eyeing to age up. Does not have enough well, experience for the Nasu regiment. He just spent a lot of gold once again. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. He's going for the Red Lancers. Red Lancers are similar to the Naginata Riders. I know they're also classified as a Lancer for those various bonuses. Not sure if Naginata Riders are also classified as that.
Yeah.
By the way, they have 56 damage versus 35.
Claire.
They do have basically twice the amount of health. Both have range resist. So there's maybe enough Red Rider mercenaries to deal with the Naginata Riders, but his villager's gonna be hit. He's not gone for the Great Coat. So a good number of those villagers have gone down. And the Japanese player does have 48 villagers right now versus opponents just 17. So the Japanese player does have a good number of villagers. However, the banks do add quite a bit of value. If you compare the two, which I don't see any villagers collecting up any coin right there. Here's somebody collecting coin. Here we go. In comparison to his opponent, they're providing 0.66. Which is what, 5 villagers on gold? More close to full 4 right now, so assume every bank adds 4 villagers worth of coin income. And which he has 5, so that's basically at plus 20 villagers, so he's roughly at 38 villagers. Versus opponent's 56. So looks like he has gone for the Japanese isolation, and his opponent is aging up with the Viceroy. We do also have a rice paddy here. A little bit early for a rice paddy. His cherry orchards do offer good food collection, but they are not infinite. Now I got the Shogunate being blown field, which will give him a free daimyo and 600 experience. 600 experience will be enough for one shipment pretty much. Red Lancers moving around. The Shinobi, no, that's a Yumi Archer. I always saw some Shinobi on the build queue. None right there. There they are. Shinobi are classified as infantry, not a light. So they are classified as light. They also classify as a siege unit as well, so they do take less damage from fortifications. Overall, they're nothing too spectacular. They offer decent damage and with no multipliers. Red Lancers would do just fine versus them. And the Shogunate's almost complete. The Viceroy is also almost complete. He has enough for a shipment. Maybe one of these gold shipments is probably in order. Red Lancers push way forward. Industrial Age now complete for both players. The Viceroy gave them not any military stuff. Ashogar Musketeers will not be half bad versus the Lancers, but Lancers do offer just good damage, being a mercenary. Blue's armor does get cleaned up right there. He's going for some heavy cannons. He has quite a bit of gold there. I think he's trying to get the The next church upgrade, which is probably a good idea. You can may still one eye for one of the mercenaries or other shipments. See Saxon Heavy Cavalry, which are he is going for the Blue Guard, and bring in the Routier. These guys are native, but they also are an AoE cavalry, which could be decent in this situation. The Endel Hitman doesn't seem half bad to me, having some good musketeers. It also sets them champion. We don't need to worry about any upgrades. Fusiliers are a heavy infantry or light infantry? I think they're a heavy infantry. Naginata Riders quickly go down right there. We got a good number of Blue Guard now out in the field, 30, as well as 2 heavy cannons. So this is a nice little army he has. And for Routier, he'll have some good anti-heavy cav as well. And now we've got the ×4 flaming arrows. Heavy cannons are, in my opinion, far superior. I'm biased towards heavy cannon. But 4 is a good number. Can heavy cannon one-shot them? I'm not sure. Blue Guard making their advance. Got more musketeers on the build queue. Does have the Golden Pavilion attack of a range units increased. Heavy cannons, of course, firing away. They do 200 damage per shot. And the heavy flaming arrows, I don't know if I've seen them. There they are. They shipped into the daimyo. They do have less than 200 HP, so they will get one-shotted by the heavy cannon. They do have superior... Oh no, they have the same range as heavy cannon as well. Or maybe they won't get one-shotted. Oh, it's times 75% damage versus artillery. It's a good damage there. Most of the flaming arrows are down. 2 of them remain. 1 heavy cannon remains. It's a good shot there on the musketeers. Routier push way forward. There goes all the flaming arrows. And the heavy cannon getting some great hits there. Daimyo is shipping in another round of flaming arrows. Right, starting to get overran. It's the heavy cannon. The flaming arrows do a little bit multipliers to artillery, I believe. No, they do not. That must be the mortar. Now I got some Mamluks going on in the field, which are super heavy, heavy cav, 1,400 HP. They do take those out. Ah, it looks like he's able to get them from a saloon. He could take out the daimyo. Taking that out will be quite nice. That is repeatable by the Golden Pavilion. Oh, got the Shogun here. The Shogun has massive damage and massive health, but he is not invulnerable. The Mamluks do offer a good amount of resist bulk to engage them. Here comes the sentries. Sentries do have a stick to poke the horses. Musketeers engaging over here. Some of the other various infrastructure over here starting going down. Shogun's wounded, but alive. And the sentry's been engaging for quite some time without being taken out first. Another round of Mamluks there. More musketeers been brought in, as well as a shipment of halberdiers. They offer good forge capability. More musketeers not being pulled on out. Mamluks now engaging the various musketeers. Their super durableness makes them a great frontline unit for his Blue Guard. We also have the veteran Saxon Cuirassier. They do have 30 damage and 2 AoE. And there goes our whole formation there, thanks to the Saxon Cuirassiers. Or Cuirassiers, or however you pronounce that. I can't pronounce any sort of name. Here comes another round of flaming arrows, as another round of musketeers. Against all the cavalry, maybe it'd be a good idea to go for samurai. The Shogun's still alive. More shipments of musketeers now being brought on in. He does not have any more age 4 military shipments. He could. He doesn't have enough resources for that to do something desperate. Does clean up those units, more reinforcements pushing forward, including a good number of veteran halberdiers. Actually, it's a good thing he doesn't have much cavalry anymore. Halberdiers make short work a lot on these shrines. The Japanese player does have some more housing to work with. Going for paddy threshing. And he's starting to lose some of his cherry orchards just due to it being exhausted. He's turning back on off, deal with more of these shrines here, and that would put him pop cap. A shipment of skirmishers, not bad. That'll engage those musketeers. Brings in armored pistoliers as well. Dutch is at pop cap as well, so we will need to get some more villagers on some wood to get some more housing. Or lose some military units. That's one way to free some housing space. Japanese player does have 56 villagers, one is at 31, so add 20 for the bank, so he's roughly at 52 to 56, so the Japanese player is still technically ahead, but rice paddies are a lot more inefficient than natural resources. Does have a good number of shrines help even that out though. So we got that shrine there. Mamelukes receiving quite a bit of gunfire. They do have 40% range resistance as well as their 1,450 health. So probably a good idea to perhaps get some priests for them to heal them up. So that would take quite a bit of time to heal up. More Dutch housing being built. Villagers migrating to other coin deposits. More flaming arrows being shipped on in. It's the last of the ×2. So he's running out of military shipments. Oh, maybe he should have gone for the chariot orc. The chariot orc should... Wait. No! Ninja wouldn't be half bad, right? They're alternative to spy, which means they do bonus damage as mercenaries. He's fighting against a decent number of Mamluks, right? This... well, it's supposed to be 40 population, so that is quite an investment. That may have been useful to help deal with all the Mamelukes. And there's also still a good number of armed pistoliers, so the ninja assassin seems pretty good to me. And now I got some AoE aura effects. More musketeers being queued on in. And the armored pistoliers do provide that damage absorption debuff or buff. And Red Army is starting to get disintegrated. Got some native embassies here. No Jesuits to build from them. Jesuits are light cavalry, the conquistadors, and they do offer a little bit of AoE, which could be decent versus infantry forces. It's hard to calculate infantry AoE damage with some of those units, but overall it seems like other ones do quite well for it. Now got a round of Nijutsu Zakura, which do have the ×10 versus mercenary multiplier. So they should be ripping apart these Mamelukes no problem, but they're just simply not here in good numbers. So the Mamelukes are starting to go on down now, which is quite a bit of frontline disintegrating. Going for a shipment of the Yumi archers. A couple flaming arrows wouldn't hurt as well. There's the Mamelukes pushing way forward. He's out of ninja. He's already brought in the militia. Trying to go for more Yumi archers. And the Shogun does go down. There's another round of Yumi archers. It's simply not enough. They are disciplined and ready to cast GG. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And of course, I keep on trying to hit F10 to leave. At this point in time, I just basically just make sure I always have it sit down a minute. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Small on top right side as the blue Swedes. We have Woodies, I think. I have no idea. I can't pronounce any sort of name in this game, let alone names like that. And small on bottom left side as the red Husua, we have MHT Genoese Crossbowman. He immediately will kill the gunman to steal his peace treaty worth nothing. Oh. It's some sort of like Age of Mythology. Yep, that's definitely using Age of Mythology voice lines, but he puts the Son of Osiris sound filter on it. I'm sort of eager for Age of Mythology Retold, but I'm also not eager because I just no longer have faith in many companies anymore. Sort of sad about that. Either way, we do now have... This map does have tin mines, which means 1,500 coin deposits, which is actually not super great for torps, now is it? Over here is silver, so he may want to put more torps around this one if possible. More silver. Silver. Do we see any gold? Yes, there's some gold in the center map. Getting some torps around that may be a little bit better. Let these ones collect over time. And maybe I'll prioritize collecting up from the other mines. We do have a deck selected for the Swedish player. He does have blueberries, villagers, wood coin crossbow, or not crossbows, pikemen, hussars, hand combat, leather cannons, dominions, contract Irish brigadiers, no Eisenberg ironworks, March of the Halkapeltis, or however you pronounce that, infinite blackberries, platoon fire, line grenadiers, falconets, range cavalry combat, Snaplock, Kalmar Castle, contract Giant Grenadiers, contract Black Riders, Horse Artillery, Finn Horses, Factory, Industrial Revolution, and German Mercenary Contract. And for the Husua, we got Superhero. Wait. He has a second explorer? Royal Emir of Cassina. Royal Husua hero with fealty order. Explores, fights, place, palaces, universities, trading posts. So you get one Emir and a watchtower builder. So he's gone for a secondary explorer build. So since this sort of explorer build, I wonder how much you can maximize explorers for some of these decks. Kingslayer. Emirs inflict considerable more damage against heroes and gain additional attack and hit points. It increases damage by 450%. Chips a palace and allows palace to build one age earlier. Excuse me. Wood coin. Influence. Fulani archers. Raiders. Zazu Cavalry ships one Lithanite per palace, one raider per war camp and watchtower. Hand cavalry damage, and cavalry hit points. Herots, influence, Fulani archers, Lithid knights, Emir Kano. We get a third Emir. Interesting. Photo tactics, counter cavalry tactics, Fulani archer combat, Magazua, butchered that. Feudal armies, Hiersenar horsemen, Fulani invasion, Drubar parade, and Kola nut cultivation. He is agent of the Husua. The Husua is agent of the Husua. And he will get a palace builder. Most time we see the Palace of Mina, but he is going for this palace builder. Maybe he's going to try some sort of influence play? Got a... What natives are on the map? Can they affect heroes? You have the Trabant and the Saxon Cuirassier. The Leipzig Trade Fair fully resets market buy, sell rates. Klungenstein, which gives you one free fort. Age up to 20% cheaper. That's not bad. Royal Saxon Grenadiers. Since one giant grant... Why do I keep on saying that? There's another YouTuber I watch who does StarCraft 2 mod stuff, Giant Grant Games, and when I see the word Giant Grenadier, I think Giant Grant. I don't know why. And adds a Giant Grenadier to all future shipments. We do now have them building a palace themselves. Okay, so he's going... That's why he went for that card. So he's getting proxy castles, which he could put universities nearby to get influence. We do also have a watchtower here. So he's going to contain his opponent. He has gone for a round of hussars from the shipment. Castles do bonus damage to his cavalry. Plus 50% damage, so they do 45 damage per attack. He does spot the proxy castle there. He does have 2 heroes, which means they do offer quite a bit of fighting capability. They do 50% less damage versus heroes, so hitting this hero is not going to be great. And their damage output is 12, which is not too particularly great either. They did find some Fulani archers, which are pretty good to find for the hussars. Excuse me. We do now have another shipment available for the Swede. He's going for some Carolins. These heroes are classified as a light cavalry. More Carolins being flown on field. One Emir is going to be respawned. Now we do have the Zazu cavalry, which does give him a round of Lifted Knights and Raiders. Raiders, of course, are dirt cheap cavalry, while the Lifted Knights, more of a standard cavalry. They have mixed armor, less damage than a Hussar, but having a nice little ambush spawn there never hurts. Does take out the Raiders, but the Lifted Knights will take out the Hussars. The Explorer does go down. We'll be pushing these forces forward. Does have still 4 Fulani archers alive. They do spot the Carolins. They do bonus damage against heavy cav at range, while offering decent melee attack. If the Lifted Knights can connect, they will do fine in melee against them. And plus, he does have the Palace here support as well. Is a great unit to fight with? Not really. Its damage output is 30 against them, but it is still pretty good in these small skirmishes. We do have a couple leather cannon here, which of course will have trouble versus the Lifted Knights. Yep, they are classified as heavy cat. Just always have to double check. You never know when they may have some sort of weird typing, such as having no heavy or light cav tags. We do now got a shipment of gear routes being employed on field, which... Not sure why you will go for gear routes at this moment. They do offer a bit of buffs, or debuffs, which is not too particularly important right now. I suppose the healing is actually a bit more... Actually, the healing's not bad right now. I love how their noise damage is too. It just says, it doesn't say range attack or hand attack, it says noise damage that does siege damage. So in theory, units with siege armor can resist it and bring that 2 damage down to 1. Lifted Knights do have 15 siege damage, which is not great. Far from it. Another round of Fulani archers there, as more villagers. He does have a bit of coin stockpiled up. The Swede has 22 villagers for his opponent's 20. It's starting to toot their horn, so I suppose in these small skirmishes, the small number of Gyauts can be very useful. Gyauts are classified as infantry, so the leather cannons will do bonus damage against them. Fulani archers do go down. He has the 2 heroes here for defense. More Fulani archers here. 1 Lifted Knight remains. He's going to be fighting next to the castle now. Here also tooting their horns. More Fulani archers being brought on in. Plus the Carolins are getting some veterancy, or Irish Brigadiers I should say. Leather cannons are taking a bit of damage. They are classified as artillery, while these do less damage versus siege units. So these leather cannons, while they're cannon, they're not siege units, so they will take full damage from the castle, a full 30 damage, minus the 50% range resist. Raider does not pick off the leather cannon there. Trying to focus on the leather cannon now. Leather cannon does go down. Irish Brigadiers and Carolyn's push way forward. He says all 4 Gyarts alive. He could let the Gyarts heal each other up. Gotta make sure the Gyarts are in the back line. They can't siege. They can heal while their buddies are torching. Pikemen being brought on in. Pikemen are not exactly one to use. Lonnie archers do have similar damage at melee and hand. Sure, the damage a little bit less, but still reasonably fine versus heavy. Right, starting to fall back there. All of his Gyarts are still alive. And the castle was getting only auto repaired for a short amount of time. Going for some Mungadis. Round of German riders here, light cavalry. Another round of crossbows now pulled on the field, which should be decent against the German riders. And now bring in his Kingslayer, which will improve his explorers or emirs damage against heroes, which will improve, so they'll go from minus 50% to plus 400%, which is honestly not super great. We got some Magadi here. They do bonus damage versus other mercenary units. They are classified as not mercenary. They're classified as heavy though, so the crossbows will do bonus damage to them. Those armies slowly being whittled on down. Now it's going for Martel capabilities. Enables them to be built in age 2 and also gives them 3. Increases them movement speed. Those armies slowly being whittled down. That's got another round of crossbows there. Getting some good damage on the German riders. Who's having a little bit of trouble right now. He is out on military shipments, has not gone for Dominion, strangely enough. Another round of Carolyn's there. Alcapeltes, light cavalry. They do have less range, but a bit of AoE like Conquistadors. They do also less damage versus all infantry. Their AoE effect can be quite nice. The flying archers should be a rip them apart, however. Another round of Carolyn's there. Going for a round of Irish Brigadiers. Nope, it does cancel them. Not sure where he has a saloon because it's all the Irish Brigadiers. I don't think they can be built. Oh, nope, it does enable them to be constructed military buildings. Single crossbowman deployed on out. He's going to try to save the day. He did not save the day. We do have now stable going on up. Barracks going on up to replace his currently lost barracks. Does have a number of German riders there to engage any hussars. So as all the Gyarts still alive as well, his force could use some healing from the Gyarts. Or for shipment of coin. Let's see. You should be able to do the livestock gold trade relatively soon. Maybe I try, or the Hasura player maybe on the age up. Does get some hits there. German riders are more of a camp to cab. They do offer a good rate of fire as well as good multipliers. Hussars being ripped apart. We got another round of crossbows there. Maybe a good idea to go for blueberries. Some of these blueberries are starting, or berry bushes starting to get low around his corpse, and that could give him some extra food income to work with. Another round of crossbows there. Yeah, that tin mine's almost completely exhausted. This one is already exhausted. And now some of these villagers may go down. At least this guy here. This was now aging up to the Songhai. If the Songhai can give you the Raider button age 2, which I usually see them get selected there, do they get some sort of advanced button age 3? Hussars getting some good damage on the Fulani archers. Blue is starting to stabilize this region, has a good number of crossbows. And now just the Fulani archers remaining, and the Hussars are finishing off everything else. Both Emirs are down, going for another round of Javelin Riders. Has one trade post on the field. Going for a war camp here. Bringing a shipment of coin and wood. The Zua player right now has 36 villagers. The Swedish player also has 36 villagers. Got this force trying to push his way forward. He can try to break and contain. Got some Javelin Riders over here trying to harass the villagers. Lenape war size not completed. Javelin has been brought on back. He is now aged up, does have access to the Raider big button. Now crossbows. The damage multipliers versus heavy infantry is not great, but versus light cavalry, they still have standard light infantry bonuses. Crossbows getting some decent hits there on the Javelin Riders. Hussars trying to find engagement on the Fulani archers. There's a good number of villagers here he can perhaps claim as well. Does take out a couple of villagers there as well. He does have a good amount of influence stored up, and it has 2 shipments available. Maybe trying to save up for the Senar Horsemen. Got a decent number of villagers there, push the way forward. Maybe they're trying to collect some gold. Oh, they're doing a good job of really strong some fire. He does not have any sort of health increase on these guys, nor any mining upgrades as well. Blue's army will be cleaned on up with more Hussars and crossbows. You do have another pair of torps here that may have been from Dominions. Yes, it was. Not a great spot for Dominions. Might as well put them next to any sort of wood, because that'll be at least more than nothing. Going for blueberries now. Blueberries and blackberries do not stack. His coin deposit almost cleaned on up. He does have access to more coin down here. Starts push by 4, getting some good damage. We got the Emirs trying to stop him. The Emirs do have plus 50% damage versus heavy cav right now as well. Bring in the Emir of Kano, so that'll be Emir number 3. Also gives him a round of 9 of those musketeer units that we saw before. Got a number of Lithuanian knights engaging. Blue's trying to fall him back. Got a good number of Dragon Riders in tow. More cavalry being pulled on out. More Irish Brigadiers being brought on in, as well as some Hussars. More Kellans at this point in time wouldn't be half bad. Help deal with all the heavy cav. There's some of the elite Magadis. And looks like Blue back out of the game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Of course, I keep on hitting F10. And before I get started with the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. My apologies. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another HPR's 4 or 3 replays. On the south side as the Red Indians with Gideon AI. On the north side as the Blue Germans, we have Grand Wolf. I don't know why that sounds like a German name. Jose does kill that man to steal his Katzbalger, whatever that is. And he will gun down that man to steal his peace treaty. That does absolutely nothing. See a deck? Nope, we do not see a deck. No deck. And somebody realized as well. I need to do this before I start recording. There you go, much better. And it looks like Red will kill the Unbearable Bear and steal his Bohemian window frame that he was going to use for his house. Got a mark going up for Blue, guns down that man and steal his mosaic. Blue is going for some early hunting dogs. I wonder if they paused. Either way, we do have Red heading up here. We do got the House of Habsburgs, who can give you some funny looking infantry in the form of ranged heavy cab. And he is actually going for the House of Habsburgs. Let's take a better look at that then. The mounted infantry is a weird unit. They are light infantry on the ground, or they are heavy ranged cav while they're on horseback. First, I think they should just both be light, because light and light. And over here, we got a line infantry. A line infantry is a musketeer. And you get the Radsky March to give you access to more Magyar Hussars. And you can get +1 shipment for 750 resources. We do have a deck now available. Native Lore OP. Town Center Enlisted Irregulars. Town Center attack increase. You can call out Irregulars and Sentries again. Yep. Seems like the stated Town Militia, but just Indian version. Holy Refugee. Monastery improvements cheaper and ships a monastery rickshaw. So that will give you some experience to go along in the early game, as well as perhaps use some outlaws or mercenaries. Coin, native learning. All native lore improvements at trade post costs less. Not sure what it's referring to. We do have Atonement. Outlaw units cost less population. Repentant Giant Lancer mercenaries available at the monster once you reach Fortress. Wood coin, Rumi swordsman, Zambrux, Howdahs, not hot lancers, elephant combat, native warrior hit points, intervention, wood, Rumi swordsman regiment, infinite Rumi swordsman, sour regiment, Howdah regiment, siege elephants, 17 chakrams, 25 tiger claws, higher Indian Jat lancers, and higher Indian mercenary army. So we've got a mercenary native deck. He is aging up with the Taj Mahal, which will give him access to a sense of shipment of coin when built and allows use as a ceasefire ability. And over here, we do have the Quartermaster, along with a very fine coat. Blue's now going for this trading post over here. Elephant moving around. I'm curious how he's going to use this trading post. Of course, when you be next age, at least gain the once he gets to age 2, this big button will start counting down, up, cycling. So you get more Skits and Magyar Hussars later on. And I believe they're not classified as native. Maybe they are classified as native. Oh no, it immediately starts counting. Look at that. The cooldown was already started. So if you build that immediately, it starts cooling down or counting. It does also have access now to Ceasefire, which could be very useful.
Huh?
So overall, we've got a relatively weird Indian deck. He is also not putting more villagers. He's at 11 out of 10 population. Shipment coins, so he's going to some sort of fast fortress. I am not sure what he's planning at the moment. Got a church here for the Germans. Can always get some more of the line infantry, and of course the mounted infantry. We got some Uhlans on out, probably from shipment, going for the White Tiger training, and now going for the Tower of Victory. The Tower of Victory will provide him ship's wood upon completion, allows you to use the inspiration to temporarily increase attack and hit points of all your land units. But the biggest problem I can see right now is just the lack of population on the field, so I'm not so sure what he's exactly planning. This villager will need to get inside the town center relatively soon. Not paying attention. There's the Magyar Hussar. He immediately got that out. It does consume population housing. You see here, it is not classified as native, but it is of course heavy cav, and a pretty heavy cav as well. Very similar to the Hussar in damage, 33 versus 37 for the Ulan, 190 health versus 704. We also got a number of White Tigers, Wagner, the White Tiger. Now bring in the native learning, improves the trading post costs less, as well as making the native improvements cost less. This is some meme build? Possibly, I have no idea. He is someone you never know what he's going to do. We got multiple White Tigers not being queued on up. I think you're limited to what, 10? 12? Our victory is still being deployed out. Got some more Uhlans, but he's also aging up to the marksman. White Tigers do offer a bit of bonus damage, which is light infantry. More Wagners. Always need to go for German naming, German named pets to deal with the Germans. Guess we'll give him a bit of coin to work with. Still at 15 out of 10 population.
Huh?
We want to do a good job of keeping their distance away from the pets. Now I got some veteran line infantry now being plotted on the field, which are a musketeer. They gain different benefits in each stance. That's not going to be useful. Ships number of random European infantry and cavalry mercenaries for 750 gold. You did go for one that reduced the cost by 150, so this one may be very good? I have no idea. We got some skirmishers here, which can be eaten by the tigers. And skirmishers and more Uhlans, of course. Stable now built. There's the musketeers. Right now they're doing... Oh, they have a little bit higher attack speed. They have 25 damage. Their hand attack's pretty high at 1. Huh, this is now the shipment... Huh, I just realized something. Oh, never mind. So this will give him +1 shipment he can use, right, or research there. He's now gone for housing. Bring in some more veteran line infantry. Let's see. Soon has access to another Magyar Hussar. Now let's bring in the multinationalism.
Huh?
I am not sure how effective this is going to be. Let's find out. Huh. Has different build queues. More line infantry. There's a limit of 15. He has 8. Bring in the Shim of Haldaz. Got a number of war wagons. So there's multinationalism. He got a Repentant Arquebus, which has 80 damage and 1 AoE, which do less damage versus hand infantry. But holy crap, 121 hand attack for mounted rifleman. That is a light infantry mounted, which also is classified as heavy infantry. Ceasefire has been active. Now we're gonna read this stuff. A Repentant Cannoneer. There's a Repentant Jaeger. There's another Magyar Hussar. Who's gonna keep his distance. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Blue's force seems a bit more substantial, but it's hard to gauge mercenaries. Mounted Riflemen, somebody get from at least as the Italians. And something I know as well, the counter infantry rifling upgrade from the arsenal does negatively adversely affect the heavy infantry damage while increasing light infantry damage. Not sure if that'll make a difference here. Does get a couple elephants, which are not mercenary, but they're heavy like mercenaries. Right now, the German population is 116 versus 48. Of course, a number of natives and pets, which don't consume population. His army size is 32. And now going for the Ottoman allies. I still have no idea what his endgame plan is. Bring in some more line infantry. It's got quite a bit of food stored up. Which a good number of shipments could require food. Your army swordsman classifies neither light nor heavy, if I remember correctly. You may find opportunity to gain some skirmishers. A good number of Ulans here, which the Haldals can do some good damage versus them. You do have a number of veteran line infantry push forward. It looks like a staggered formation, in which they do siege attack. And their attack speed's not bad as well. The Tigers push way forward. They will do bonus damage versus the skirmishers. So the Wagners are doing quite well. Good damage there on the veteran war wagons. Got a good number of veteran line infantry engaged in melee, or melee order. Tigers do manage to break on through. He has broken through with a quality army and blew back to the game. That was a weird conflict. I'm sort of surprised Red sort of won that. Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I definitely did not do his army justice when because of that replay. That was a strange army. I had no idea how to talk about it. And wrong button. Way too sensitive. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the right side is the red Germans with IP Pawn King? Ipon King? Ipon King? I have no idea how to pronounce that. On the left side is the blue Portuguese with Captain Mazen with a lowercase z. There's also a number of wildlife, herdable wildlife to claim. Some water buffalo. I like cows, and cows are awesome. Other side suck a deck, and red is going straight for a trade post. Got a good number of settler wagons here. He's already built a house as well. Portuguese players going for more villagers, of course. And now he's eyeing for his own trading post as well. Maybe eyeing to just age up with 10 villagers. And now neither side has claimed any of the local fauna just yet. When the Portuguese age up, gets also like 2 free cows, so maybe he can age up with the cows and go for a livestock pen if he claims a good number of the wildlife on the field. Kitty Cat does go down, giving him and steals his dragonfly. Just be glad that wasn't a purple dragon. And does kill this Kitty Cat to steal his aspen. Portuguese player can now bring in a shipment, and now it's going for Federitas, which is pretty common. That's basically a staple card for the Portuguese. It would at least give you some staple food diet. Form of food of 40 food per second. Fast Fortress, we got Federitas, Town Militia, Wood Coin, Gunpowder Infantry Attack, Riding School, Treaty of Tussolades, butchered that, Spice Trade, Cigarette Roller, or Cigar Roller, Wood, Coin, Halberdiers, Castadors, more Castadors, Dragoons, more Dragoons, Dragoon Combat, Organ Gun, Gunpowder Infantry Combat, Order of Aves, Organ Guns, Factory, and some Italian amulets. For the Germans, we got a foreign name of a deck, which includes Settler Wagons, Prince Electors, which allows them to summon the Elector Counts. Sorry, wrong game. Allows you to improve a German Royal House ally, which allows you to upgrade the Royal Embassy. Sets the Hanover, Habsburg, and Oldenburg, Wittenberg, or Witzelbach obtainable. Settlers, Wood Coin, Crossbows, Ulans, Team Cavalry Attack, Cavalry Hit Points, Higher Irish Brigadiers, Coin, Skirmishers, Ulans, Cavalry Combat, War Wagons, Native Warriors, Royal Mint, Higher German Black Riders, Higher Pandurers, Circle Army, more Settler Wagons, Lizenar Cavalry. Butchered that too much. Factory. Red is also... Nope, that is more the fauna, not one of the water buffalo.
Hola.
There's the secondary town center for the Portuguese player. Looks like Red will be killing off the monkeys and steal their skunk. Current players aging up the logistic inn, which is a little bit of a light age up. The secondary town center has not been fully constructed just yet. He has almost enough food to age up, needs a bit more coin. Blue looks like only found one water bison, at least one that's still alive. Red did find 5, so Red did a good job of finding the bison. Arsenal wagon now being deployed on out, and it's going for some more settler wagons. When it comes to natives on the map, we've got the Udasi, butchered that, which is hoops that cause area damage. Sounds like they are a Grenadier variant. The marksman now being put up by the Portuguese. You're probably getting around of Castadors, right? Or I could have given him a round of the crossbows. Either way. He's also going for a very fine coat. More settlers, which also brings some Uhlans. This here will give him 3 Uhlans. We got 3 Uhlans now pushing the way forward. More monkeys starting to go on down. Louis Figo, the explorer, will be picked off by the Uhlans. Joanne Alflinger will be claiming the 120 food is not bad. Uhlans not push away forward because he does have access to 2 town centers, which means 2 town militia. Does find this villager here. This villager does go down. He does not have the town militia just yet. And nor is he making use of the other villager queue from the town center either. Only 13 villagers at the moment. He's making use of it now. His opponent has 21 villagers, which a good number of them are settler wagons. There's a Castadors in the age up, which will be ripped apart by the Uhlans. Castadors are basically musketeers, or skirmishers with musketeer-style cost. 6 Uhlans are there. Got some idle villagers here.
Aufgabe? Ja.
Currently he has 10 out of 20 settler wagons, which is actually a pretty good amount. So add 10 to this number here, so he has 33 villagers versus just 14. He is aging up to the Exile Prince, so the German player's in a pretty good position right now, looks like. We got tertiary towns that are now being deployed on out. Bringing the Prince Electors now. And we've got more Castadors being brought in by the Portuguese. He knows to fight against Germans, which means Uhlans going to be a part of his opponent's composition. So you will have to play around that. Maybe not a good idea to go for the Castadors, but actually a good idea to go for the 5 Dragoons. For steel traps, he is actually building around Dragoons as well.
Ja.
German players trying to go for a round of skirmishers. Going for the Royal Embassy now. I wonder which native he'll go for. Probably... I want to see the mounted... The Habsburg allies may be the best out of them. He's going for the House of Oldenburg, which should give him Royal Hunters. If that icon is... gives me an idea of what it is. I think the Habsburg may have been a bit better. The mounted infantry would allow him to get some good units good against Castadors, and they're classified as heavy range cav, so Castadors won't do any bonus damage in return. So they should actually receive bonus damage from the Dragoons. We can always dismount them later on. Yeah, I think the Habsburg would have been better. Now bringing a shipment of war wagons and deploying on some war wagons, as well as some of the Royal Hunters. Actually, oh, these are Royal Hunters and not Royal Huntsmen. Huntsmen are the food collector unit, while the Royal Hunters are the skirmisher unit. Or counter skirmisher unit. So these ones can't collect up food, but they can, well, fight. They do cost only food as well, and do offer plus 50% damage against the light infantry, so they should be pretty good for the Castadors, so maybe that was a better idea, rather than the mounted infantry. Since they too are an anti-Castador unit. Are they still classified as... Let's see, where are they? They still classified as light, gunpowder, range infantry, infantry, native warrior. Oh, they're neither heavy nor light infantry. They're just infantry. They say they can be benefits from villager combat upgrades, so they should be buffed up by blunderbuss. I don't think they get buffed by a great coat. He does not have great coat research, so not exactly sure about that. We got now a good number of Hussars and as well as Dragoons here. Need some hits on the settler wagon. Got 10 Uhlans there, ready to engage the Castadors. This house will go down. This will put him pop cap.
There's my state.
Royal Huntsmen do cost 2 population, will also have a build limit. Or Royal Hunter, not Huntsman. Dragoons taking some damage there. Uhlans push way forward. Uhlans won't be great for some Dragoons. We'll see, we'll save the trading post. The Royal Hunter is trying to find the most dangerous game. Blue right now has an army of 28 here versus an army of 41, so the German player does have more military force, but he is throwing away some of the Uhlans. Trading post is still alive. War wagon does go down. Got another war wagon been pulled on out, as well as there's another ship available. Maybe saving for one of the mercenary groups. Maybe the Circle Army. He has plenty of resources for that. Bring in some more Uhlans. I think that's the age 2 Uhlan card, isn't it? 9 Uhlans. Wait. Oh, there it is. I didn't see that card. Oh, those war wagons are both severely wounded. Trading post has been partially repaired to do now with the Oregon gun, to allow him to pull out his opponent's organs on the ground. Castadors push way forward. They're in the range staggered formation. Uhlans push way forward. War wagons taking some shots there. And the trading post is alive with 51 health remaining. He could turn around the organ guns and finish it off, but it looks like he will save the trading post. Another round of rural huntsmen being pulled on out. They also 2 population as well, so they're not population efficient. There goes that trading post. Cavalry cuirass now being researched. More skirmishers. Over here got halberdiers and more hussars. He does not have church improvements researched. They're skirmishing around. Organs did find a decent volley there. No shipments available, going for cavalry combat. Bringing around Uhlans as well. Uhlans moving around. Getting a little bit damaged there. Both sides not really want to commit. Trying to find a good opportunity to engage. Dragoons do take a volley there. One dragoon does go down. Long flume researched by one of the players. Dragoon combat now being researched by the Portuguese player. Halberdiers pushing their way forward. We got a good number of skirmishers engage the Halberdiers. Blue's starting to get down a little bit, but Red's army is split apart from the cliff face. Here comes Uhlans, gonna be closing on in, and somebody needs to circle around, hit those organ guns. Red's has still a decent core there, which are very, very stacked up, very vulnerable to the organ guns. Uhlans engaging their flanks. Hussars, and looks like most dragons have gone down. Hussars are holding the line against the Uhlans. Red's falling back this little force here. The Kossars taking some damage there. Looks like no more halberdiers remain for torch capability. Kossars don't have good sort of torch damage. And Blue's gonna be falling back. He does save the 3 organ guns, though one of them's a little bit wounded. Both sides lost majority of the force. I think Red overall won the fight. He at least didn't lose a fight on his doorstep. The Portuguese players have 42 villagers versus the Germans 39. Another round of veteran Uhlans here.
There's my state.
Did find a couple of villages there, torching down some outskirt houses. More dragoons being pulled on out. He does have a decent amount of resources, but very far from aging up again. German player right now has 40 villages, 140 population on the field, versus the Portuguese 43 villagers and only 100 population on the field. So the German player definitely has a larger army. Portuguese player can bring in a good amount of militia if needed. Hussars and organ guns pretty forward, but there's a good number of Uhlans here. Portuguese players going for a round of Hussars. German players going for a round of nothing at the moment. First shipments, 13 Black Brunswickers. Try and torch down this town that's being built. Organ guns firing. Fires a volley into the town center. Losing a lot of extra damage here. Town Center is doing just fine. Does take up the Explorer, denying the production of the building of the Town Center. The regular villagers can finish the production. Blue's now pushing way forward. Red's army is skirmishing around. Ulan's not pushing way forward. Maybe he'll find some opportunity to gauge these organ guns. But nope, he does manage to encircle it. The town center does get removed. Bringing the German Black Riders, which I believe are light cavalry, and more of the veteran Royal Huntsmen. Fine. Doesn't see a population cost to them. So they may be native, but I think they're mercenary. He has a decent amount of food and wood, the German player right now in store. Maybe go for a round of pikemen would be in order. Germans get pikemen? I know they can get halberdiers. Or they're Doppeln soldiers.
Auftrag.
Wähle meine Mutter.
Es geht mir besser.
There's my steed.
Royal Huntsmen do less damage versus heavy cav. Don't do any bonus damage versus light cav. Maybe we'll find one of the organ guns here. That's the wounded one as well. Does take out a volley there. One organ gun does go down. There's the Black Riders. They are light cavalry. They are mercenary. Ulan's not pushing way forward. Black Rider's still getting some good damage. Ulan's connecting, getting some good melee damage around some of the Dragoons. And so we've got a good number of the Royal Huntsmen in the region as well. They may not do any less bonus damage as light cavalry, but at least they're doing less damage versus cavalry or light cavalry as well. More Hussars, more Dragoons been brought in, as well as going around the Halberdiers. And now we do have the Black Brunswickers now being plotted on the field. And Black Riders do cost 3 population each. So that is 21 population remaining in Black Riders. Going for a round of War Wagons. Designing for a trading post here. We also have a mill up here. He does have some more local fauna up here, as well as some berry bushes. Probably should collect that up first. But now villagers are providing. Oh, he's gotten quite a bit into the mill research, hasn't he? He has 0.77 food income. The fauna collectors have 0.92, which is still better, but he has gotten a good number of mill upgrades, appears to be. Hussars, veteran Hussars, and more Kossars being put on the field. More skirmishers. There's Black Brunswickers, which appears to be a musketeer variant. Swift musketeers, so they have perhaps faster movement speed, benefits promotions. Yep, they are classified as native as well. Now he's also going for a priest. Healing up the German Black Ride is not a half bad idea. He'll make them less holy by patching up all the holes in their bodies. We got an army of 44 here, more reinforcements, 53 versus an army of 75. Of course, got a bit of scattered forces here. More Dragoons being pulled out by the Portuguese player. German player going for more Ulans. There's still quite a bit of wood in stores as well. Ulan's now pushed away forward. Got a nice little choke point here for red, and no organ guns to punch that choke point. Ulans try to push along the flank, but they do get forced on back. Red still has a sizable army of 46 here versus an army of 33. And there's actually still a good number of Hussars over here versus some Ulans. Hussars will be hit by the Royal Huntsman, getting some good damage onto them. Hussars and Dragoons push way forward. The rest of the Ulans have gone down. Still a couple Black Riders remaining, as well as some Brunswickers. And now Blue is starting to fall on back. Red has held. Both sides lost quite a bit of their army. Do now have another round of Northern Musketeers, which also only cost food, like the Royal Huntsman. They don't really have to worry about that food income and get a decent amount of native units. That's maybe one reason why he went for the House of Oldenburg, because both of them cost food. Royal Mint now being pulled on out, improving coin collection from all resources by 25%. We got a number of villagers here, as well as some priests. Looks like some of the war wagons were getting distracted there. I'm not sure from what though. The Brunswickers, whatever them maybe left on the field, may want to go to melee mode. Hussars slowly being picked off. All the Hussars are now down. Now Red's army can more stand and fight. Northern Musketeers are also a heavy infantry, so they could have affixed bayonets there as well.
There's my estate.
Northern Musketeers, devoted Musketeer from Northern Europe with low hit points but high damage, benefits of promotions. Oh, they also have more or less Carolyn damage, so keeping them at range to deal with the Hussars is actually not half bad. So against light cavalry, they're still actually, yeah, even against heavy cav, they're still better than melee. But of course, melee means getting melee range. More Royal Huntsmen, more Northern Musketeers. He has quite a bit of food stored up. Only the 1 mill right now. 9 out of 10 gatherers. Ulans, that would have been a great... Didn't really pay close enough attention. Those are Castadors. Perfect thing for Ulans to engage. Goes to do the Royal Huntsman. Hussar starts trying to push way forward. Got a number of priests here for healing. Not healing. Ulans and Northern Musketeers trying to deal with all the Hussars. Looks like the Hussars will manage to break on through. Got another round of Northern Musketeers here. Those now being forced on back. Right, the score is still actually slightly in favor towards the German player, but a good number of these villagers are now forced to evacuate to the outpost. The outpost does have some health to work with. Red has to save his villagers. And looks like he will do fine to protect his villagers. He's going to lose a bit of his army, and is unable to break down the outpost. Another round of halberdiers here. The village need to evacuate from this region and get on out of there. Almost has enough food to age up. Needs a bit more coin. The Portuguese player has 69 villagers, a very nice number. His opponent only has 49 villagers, which is not as nice. More Musketeers, more Royal Hunters. This coin deposit only has 165 left. He could just abandon it and go for something a little bit safer, like that one there. This one here doesn't have a whole lot of coin left either. And now he's going to try and engage his opponent's villagers. Does get a brief pick there. Royal Huntsmen do not have good siege damage, but their CTMs can do ×2 damage, which is light infantry, somehow. Getting some good damage there on those villagers, but he needs to focus on the military force before he starts gunning down the villagers. Northern Musketeers are intercepting the Hussars first. The Royal Hunters need to focus down the Castadors. Halberdiers starting to engage. The Royal Huntsmen do full damage to heavy infantry like Halberdiers. It looks like Blue's Hussars are breaking on through. Simply not enough of a hard counter to the Hussars. Blue's army is going to be ripping through now the Royal Hunters. They're completely pinned there, and now they're all getting ripped apart. Got a round of war wagons more. Northern Musketeers being pulled on out. He has a bit of food to work with replacements. Portuguese players eyeing for more villagers. Has plenty of wood as well. Maybe go for a round of crossbows or pikemen. More Hussars here, a little bit idle. Migrating up north. This map is running out of coin very, very quickly. There's probably around 4,000 coin left on the map to claim, which is not a lot. The Portuguese player is completely out of coin on the side of the map. That's why he's collecting a central deposit. And the coin may not exceed 4,000 on the field. War Wagons get a good volley there, going for the cigar roller. Another round of halberdiers. More Royal Huntsmen. Which now they have a cost reduction. They're costing 105 now, rather than 140. From what? I'm not so sure. But now it's going for the Circle Army. Which also can give you, let's see, that'll give him 8 mounted infantry, offsets the House of Habsburg to a veteran. That is a good number of war wagons. You really want those Hussars dead. Not a whole lot of Khazars engage these war wagons. But there's another 10. Ranged cavalry cavalcade. Northern Musketeers push forward. More halberdiers getting picked on off. They're in the staggered formation. Current players currently deploying out nothing at the moment, going for another round of war wagons. This one's going for more dragoons. More war wagons. The Portuguese player could go for more villagers. Why should I for more coin? Maybe good idea to go for age 4.
Qual é a sua ordem?
We're at section 4 of Army of 42 versus Army of 49. More Northern Musketeers, more war wagons, more Castadors here. More mills going on up.
Sim.
He does have some food mill research as well.
Hallo?
Same mill research. We also got a bit of plantation research as well. Or that could have been from the Royal Mint. At least a little bit.
Yeah.
And now we got the engineer to be employed on the field. This will allow him to deploy out dispensers, sentry guns, and teleporters. And we're also going for Town Watch and going to gaslight his opponent. No need for further comments.
Preparado? Qual é sua ordem?
Loose Explorer does go down there. And now I've got some more research being brought in for the German. Another shipment is available. He could go for 5 Saxon Cuirassiers. Counter skirmishers. That could be a good one versus the Cossadors. Maybe the higher Panduras would be a good idea. Now bring in the Saxon Cuirassiers, which is AoE heavy cav. He's far from aging up. The Portuguese player has now aged up, and now probably should get some of the guard research going, and then counterattack. Going for his own ranged cavalry cavalcade. Now bring a shipment. Maybe a good idea to go for something aggressive rather than try and go for a factory. He is going for the Order of Abbas. Dragoons have increased range and line of sight, +4 range and line of sight, putting them up to 18 range is not bad.
Qual é sua ordem?
He also could try some militia as well to help him really engage. Homesteading research.
Sim.
Quite a bit of an army on the high ground. Red's starting to fall back. Now the guard research has been right now been researched for the Portuguese player. Hazars, Halberdiers are engaged. War wagons trying to set us up for a way. A good number of Uhlans here and Saxon Cuirassiers. Portuguese player could try revolting. Brazil would give him a massive number of villagers. Every villager he'll get will be turned into a revolutionary ×2. That could give him a spike of about 160 revolutionaries. German heavy cav has gone down. Light infantry and light cav are falling him back. Wallace just tries to try and pursue these forces. Another round of Hussars being pulled on out by the Portuguese player. German player is not going for anything at the moment, and the German player backs out of the game. This angered saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Is that this one? Nope, it was not. Oh, yep, that was one of my games I was playing. The last one's from a previous patch, so that one won't be very good. There we go. And this is the one I just did. So, that's the one I need to delete. Now we can go on to the next replay. My apologies. Way too sensitive. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another HBARS 3 replay. So on the north side as the blue US of A, we have Pasha. On the south side as the red French, we have Blake, MR. No deck selected just yet, and no deck selected just yet. Of course, for the names of the map, we've got the House of Vaza, which can give you access to the Royal Arquebus and the Winged Hussar. Over here, we do have the House of Yagalon, which can give you access to Lipkar Tatars as Shock Riders. And also a big button that I think people should go for more often, the Balance of Power. It balances out your resources, so if you're bad with economy, just click that button and it'll balance it out.
Votre ordre?
US market going on up. US players almost available, ready for a shipment.
Yes?
We may see a trade post being pulled out here. Looks like she will snipe that arsonist and steal his lucky coin. Wasn't too lucky, I guess.
At attention.
And now do we have a shipment available? We've got Aren Vox, which does give access to capitalism, Dutch immigrants, Chinese immigrants, Wood Coin, State Militia, Springfield Armory, Infinite Frontier Defenses, Virginia General Assembly, Russian American Company, Wood Coin, Continental Rangers, Buffalo Soldiers, Royal Artillery, Advanced Artillery, Apache Scouts, Pulaski's Legion, Heavy Cannons, Culver, and Calvat's Legion. For the French, we do have 40... Wait, is this some sort of 40-minute peace treaty deck? We got Couriers, Pioneers, Economic Theory, Couriers, Wood, Coin, Range of 2 hit points, Team Hand Cavalry Attack, Royal Fencing School, Royal Riding Schools, Edicts of Nanitz, Higher Irish Brigadiers, Covered Wagon, French Royal Army, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Textiles, Higher Armored Pistoliers, Thoroughbreds, Factory. Chinese immigrants will go ahead and establish a trading post. And of course, he will get himself free trading posts when he the Spawn Minutemen button. It's not stuck at state just yet. And there is a trading post. This will give him 2 trading posts immediately. He can always hire for some natives. I don't think he will go for more. If he could go for natives, but if he doesn't, then he probably won't be hitting this button again anytime soon, at least. Does kill off that arsonist to steal his last letter home. Monster. He was wanting to deliver that letter in person, but nope. You will kill him and then deliver it yourself. Capitalism not being researched, and now he's going for Pennsylvania. Over here, we do have the Quartermaster, Hunting Doggos, Placard Mines, and Gang Saws. No trading post there, so he's going for all the basic economic research immediately. Which will give him, of course, a good amount of income, but it may put him behind.
Orders? Yes?
Local Doggo will be killed off, and he will steal his lucky horseshoe that he got from a horse that he ate.
At attention.
Blue will be playing another letter that's sent home. Guess he's now going to be called the Postmaster General. Oh, Donald Trump. That Plague Doctor will go down. The other one will retaliate. We do got Buck here to support out Menard Day Champlain. And the Plague Doctor does go down. She does have a Zodiac Doggo to travel along with her to clear out these treasures. And now we do have a barracks being pulled out by a French villager. Blue will spot this. Pennsylvania, of course, will give you access to the Meeting House wagon. He's going for 2 outposts. And, of course, have access to Tamani Festival. I butchered that. Blue will spot the barracks, so he's going to be careful in aggression. Blue is also aged up, gone for a shipment of villagers, going for a deployment of musketeers, and I'll bring in the Royal Fencing School. Oh yeah, I didn't actually cover the deck. I just want to mention before I just saw the 40. Villagers, Pioneers, Economic Theory, Villagers, Wood, Coin, Range Infantry hit points, Team Hand Cavalry Attack, Royal Fencing School, Riding School, Edis and Nanits hire Irish Brigadiers, which does not make them enabled. Covered Wagon for Royal French Army, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Falconet. Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, actually I did. I'm going crazy. My apologies.
Prête.
Does kill off these men and will steal their Cossack Bandura. You have 2 outposts here. Who does also have a round of Minutemen now on the field,
I'm ready.
as well as a round of regulars. He's going to try to clear out this barracks. The Minutemen will offer a decent amount of bulk, and they offer good damage. Buck just got killed off, as ATF intended. Oh, no, there's Buck. What did he shoot? The Minutemen are starting to go down. Buck is just doing just fine.
Yes.
That must have been the treasure guard in there. Try and get a journal worth 100 experience.
Orders.
Another round of frontier defenses. That's going to be quite a bit. He doesn't have the advanced frontier defenses for the next stage, so I can't get the free upgrade and put them up to 7.
Yes.
A good number of regulars, but there's just simply a larger force here. Buck gets gunned down as the ATF intended. He does not have another round of militia available, or Minutemen. Got the frontier outposts going on up, which will give him adequate amount of defense. It will take a bit of time to build, though. Constant firing rate for only 3 villages in size, so damage output is equivalent to a musketeer. Got some state militia, which all turned into a crossbow. They have a little bit more multipliers, a little bit of a horde effect, and a lot less damage. Red's force will win out for his opponent's army, but the problem is there are 4 outposts here. That is a large amount of damage slowly whittling him down. Looks like only 2 in range at the moment, however. Counselor does get ungarrisoned. Another round of state militia, going for more regulars, and now bringing a shipment of state militia. Got a round of regulars there. And there's a militia. Nice little ambush spawn. Red's not completely surrounded. Needs to focus on the Royal Arquebuss or Royal Musketeers first. Another round of Musketeers here. And there's the militia as well. Blue will hold. He said easy way too early. Outpost could stand and get some repairs.
Yes.
And now do have the Philadelphia Convention now being pulled on out. More Musketeers not being employed on out. Outposts not getting repaired on up. We do have a house here.
Bonjour.
French villagers migrating to the nearest beer deposit.
Votre ordre? Votre ordre?
Stable going on up.
Oui.
Hello.
Hello. More regulars, which are of course a musketeer with more of a skirmisher cost.
Prêt.
House here. Both sides just building up. The French player has enough gold to age or coin to age up with. Needs a lot more food. The US player needs a lot more resources to age up. Has 20 villagers. One has 28, so he's pretty far behind getting out on the villager count at least. Going for Pennsylvania Pound. Can't remember what that upgrade does off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I think it's more coin trickle. Right now he does have 250 gold per minute with 0 villagers collecting it up. And doesn't have the Dutch immigrants just yet as well. The general will get gunned down.
What is your command?
Looks like he's going for a stagecoach. Now going for Springfield Armory. One of those things you want to try to go for earlier on than later, because research does take a bit of time and they're free. But of course, sometimes you simply can't. We've got a good number of Hussars now being pulled on out, but his opponent does have a good number of regulars, so they won't do all too well.
Ready.
But they should do well versus the state militia.
At attention.
Votre ordre.
Got an army of 35 versus an army of 36. Another round of state or Minutemen can be brought on in. And now he's going to gaslight his opponent. By typing in easy more just randomly. Aim hand cavalry attack now being researched.
Oui.
Flintlock, paper cartridges, military drummers are the research he's going for first.
I'm ready.
Army of 41. State militia do have a bit of a horde capability,
What is your command?
which is providing them 15 health, which is not that great. I don't know if that's going to be useful or not. It might. Might allow them to absorb one more shot.
Yes.
His outpost has not been repaired on up, which is
Ready.
perhaps important in the near future. Trying to flank around, trick it behind, does do a nice little turnaround there. Now the state militia can engage the musketeers in melee. State militia are in the back line. Regulars are starting to get ripped apart. Hussars are limited in numbers. You can bring another round of militia. Needs a little more food. Go for another round of frontier defenses.
Yes.
Musketeers starting to push their way forward. Still got 3 outposts over here, which will provide some good fire support. The range is skimming some of the exterior ones. Another round of regulars there. As with the militia, there's another round of outposts. Maybe a good idea to put them right here. On the back line. This outpost is still as healthy as it was, so it's providing some fire support. Counselor has 1 village on the inside, so it has a basic attack of 9. That 1 village does get gunned down. Outpost will be firing away. These ones need to get inside the town center. There's 10 there to garrison up the town center. Does get inside the outpost. It's not great. There's no increased damage. Some of these villagers are going to get hit there. These ones need to get inside. Those lose 1. With all 6 outposts firing, that's a large amount of fire support there. This one's still alive. More regulars being pulled on out. They went into melee mode, bashing the horses with their butt of their rifles and not with the bayonet as intended. These villagers do get out of the outpost since they're not going to be hit away. We got a round of pikemen here, which should provide some good torch damage. 1 outpost does go down, so that will allow him to go for another round of outposts. He is getting the bank. which will give him extra gold income. And blue has held on. With still a decent amount of defenses. They only lost that one wounded outpost. Both sides lost their army. The French player did have a larger army, I believe, in total. Of course, the US player did lose some economy for having units hidden way inside. Over Blunderbuss, Bog Flume, and a very fine coat. Local doggo will go down and steal his horseradish. That coin's been cleaned on up. Luckily, he had them queued to move. At least all except for one. He is taking time to build another outpost there. So he's not going to be eyeing for this shipment again to get his outpost up to 7. And also putting him closer to the other outpost may not be half bad. Now we've got a round of owl hoots being plotted on the field, which are light infantry outlaws. He has plenty of gold at the moment. He has plenty of gold income from various sources. Oh, we got a number of natives now being deployed on out by the French, climbing up most of the trade posts. So it hasn't got these trade posts here. He should have gone for these first, or those provide direct resources, or experience at least, which is still useful. Bring in the state capital. More regulars been plotted on the field, going for the socket bayonet and counter infantry rifling, which should improve the owl hoots, right?
Yep.
He says yep. I suppose I can't just look at this. It is ×2. I believe that puts up to ×3 since it improves riflemen fire, and owl hoots are riflemen. Even though they have a buckshot attack, which means implies shotgun, which means smoothbore, which is definitely not a rifle. But don't tell that to the game devs.
Orders.
He does have some housing to work with. He needs a couple villagers on wood. There is the state capital there.
And attention.
And right now, blue has a sizable army on the field. 32 units versus 25. The US outlaws, as well as the Mexican outlaws, are a little bit stronger than normal outlaws with their charge attack ability. 3 × 6, so that's 18 AoE with 18 range. That could be decent versus an infantry force. After all, don't really worry about cavalry because
Prête.
they're light infantry in the first place. Going for a round of grenadiers, that could be useful. There's a shotgun blast, or nope. Shotgun's having trouble firing. Some may be firing, some maybe not. Some grenadiers getting some good AoE damage. Got now the inspiring flag also blown on the field right here. Young Guard deployed on out from the church improvements. The Owl Hoots are doing great work. He has no count of the Owl Hoots right now, and so they're ripping apart everything in the back line. Another round of Grenadiers. The Owl Hoots were a great transition right now. He knows his opponent's mostly going for Musketeers, and so the Owl Hoots were just really, really good right now. But they don't have... Oh, no, they have 30 siege damage. That's actually decent siege damage. He does fall back. He could have pushed way forward. What about counterattack? Those were upgrades. Going for Saxon Cuirassiers. Not Saxon. French Cuirassiers. We do not have a covered wagon there. Going for siege drill, so he's now relying on mills. He is H3. Going for third town center. Most of the local fauna on the map has been consumed. There's only some right here, which is a little bit no man's land. Blue is somewhat eating it.
Repris des forces.
And now we do have a trading post going up here, which is the... this one, we're gaining access to light cavalry and shock riders. US player is now aging up to Kentucky. Kentucky can give you access to a pair of prospector mines, which gives you ×2 collection rate coal mines, 2,000 coin each, so that's 4,000 coin quickly collectible. And Kentucky Hunters can give you more owl hoots and some sharpshooters, which are the musketeer heavy infantry.
At attention.
Oh no, those are sharpshooters. That's the actual unit. What am I thinking? I think in Pistorados, or however it's pronounced. Oh, he does have the counter infantry rifling, so the owl hoots are doing additional 100% damage versus heavy infantry. Probably one reason why they did so well in that previous engagement, but that may not have been researched. After all, the research is slow. He's just going for the rest of the research now. Some shock riders, bring in some Gatling guns.
Yep.
Does also have some carbon cavalry,
I'm ready.
as well as some cowboys.
Yep.
Cowboys offer a 30 damage charge attack, which is basically a 50% increased charge attack. We have actually a little bit extra range as well.
I'm ready.
The US player is summoning his force with a good number of outlaws. The general does go down there. Bring some more regulars. Hopefully he has the veteran regulars.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, he does. Going for the infantry breastplate and the cavalry cuirass, or cuirass. Gatling gun should be very effective, but his opponent does not have a whole lot of infantry in the field. In fact, he's still trying to get his mill economy going on up. Actually, they're providing a pretty good rate at 1.47 food per second. That's pretty good.
What is your command?
He has research refrigeration. Of course, does have 3 town centers as well. Blue doesn't realize it, but he could push forward. Do Cowboys have a good siege damage? No, they do not. You now have around a Centaur horseman. Those are super heavy hussars. They have a 1,000 health hussars with extra bonus damage for artillery and siege armor as well.
Yes.
So he has a pretty good force here. Shock riders are an anti. They have a little bit bonus damage for some cavalry, but they're in too small of numbers. Got a number of skirmishers, but the heavy horsemen will push on forward. His own shock riders as well. The French economy just really stalled out with losing all the huntables, switching to the farming economy. Additionally, going for 3 town centers, which means a large amount of costs into the village production itself. Barracks does go down there. Carpins being researched, going for another round Saxon Cuirassiers. Going for more Gatling guns, is among everything else. Another round of stables employed by the French. The French does have decent amount of economy. He's not age 4, so he can't revolt with that money. Yeah, the French player did not properly build an army, now did he? He may have been caught off by this attack. You can bring around a massive wave of militia. 3 rounds of militia could be very useful right now. You can also equalize if needed to as well. Spend a lot of money on one thing. Hit the equalize button and then spend some more. Here comes the town militia. All times are firing away with various damage. The militia starting to get ripped apart, going for more dragoons. There's some cuirassiers, or nope, those dragoons. we use because it's the Centaur Horseman. Gatling guns pretty forward. More dragoons here. One town spider go down. It has 3 villages on the inside, but of course they can get to the 1-5 no problem. Centaur Horseman is starting going down. More dragoons being deployed on out. And Carbon Cavalry are here. Another dragoons here. Gatling guns gain some splash damage there. Got some more shock riders pretty forward. They do have a bit of bonus damage versus heavy cav. Nothing versus light. They are classified as heavy cav. But it looks like all the dragoons start to disintegrate there. Another round dragoons here. More sharpshooters being brought on in. More dragons being pulled out. But he is out of money, has plenty of wood. Advanced artillery, giving him 1 mortar, which will be useful to help cleaning up all this infrastructure. Now we got the villagers trying to fight there for a brief moment. At this point in time, you may want to go to the market, sell off a bunch of that wood, turn it into food, and deploy out something. At least get a basic queue going for the stables. He does have 17 villagers right here. Now they have a relative similar number of villagers that are getting gunned down. This player appears to have a second town set on the field as well. And looks like red backs of the game. Oh, wait. Equalize. That. People forget about this button. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And that shall be my last replay tonight. It's getting a little bit late for me. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some